So I've been really blessed to see this process of establishing and fine-tuning our team, our crew.
We've really been having a good production. We've not had a lot of major complications come up. We've not had a lot of things that have been unsurmountable. They've really been going well.
We've just got a tremendous family. I mean, there's just tremendous talent all over our crew.
We have a team that has worked together so many other projects that we really gel well together.
That looks awesome on camera. It looked like a little mushroom. It really did.
And that allows us to produce the best quality that we've ever produced, and it allows us to make the most of our resources. We really want to honor those dollars that God has gifted us with.
My lighting crew is typically working on the next setup while we're doing one shot.
Look at that pain.
But by having all that done for the next shot, it just means we get to move ahead because we have enough guys on the team working grip to get those lights set up for the next set.
Very quiet, everyone. Very quiet.
The way a set is run, the way the culture or community of a set is extremely important. And that certainly is part of what an AD does. But it really is the responsibility of all the department heads. Because film is such a collaborative event, you depend on everybody a lot. And so how that community works together is very important.
Great job today, guys. 30-minute lunch.
Good show.
Wow. Talk about landing right when we need it.
We do have a tremendous crew family, and this is really hard work. We work long days, long hours. We're here typically for 12 to 14 hours a day, 6 days a week, for weeks on end, and it's really hard and challenging. You're away from your family and you're exhausted, and just working really hard to do the best that you can.
All the schedule changes worked out.
Yeah, I mean it's really hard to keep in touch. We're double blue, and there have been changes to the schedule since then.
Oh wow.
It's a lot of revisions, and they're happening the day of.
As production manager, a lot of my work is done ahead of time before we even come on to location. For example, we're currently at this very populated residential street, and upon scouting we knew that parking was going to be a big issue. So we had our location manager look into getting parking permits for a big block of the street, so we have, I think, 14 or so spots blocked off so we can get our trucks. We have, 6, 7 big trucks in. I mean, look at the size of this guy. Look at that.
That's to scale.
To scale.
To scale. 18 ships. That's a lot of ships.
So, one of the issues we had to think through was, will people even respect the signs? I mean, take a look at this. This is what we get from the city. Little paper permit, and this says no parking, and we hope people respect that. But I mean, you saw it. You pull it out of the ground, you toss it on the ground, what are you gonna do? If someone parks here, what are you gonna do about it?
Yes. Yeah.
And unfortunately, we have to respond to that, and part of that was being the bad guy. We had to bring in a tow truck.
7 and 4, give me 11 plates.
We've got to wrap everything out of this, and then we're going to land over at the club and wrap everything into that. So there we have some scenes where we're going to need to have a lot of discretion for our talent. I have to begin to think about who actually needs to be on set when we shoot some of these scenes that need that proper discretion. And sometimes you have to go with a closed set, where you virtually have everyone outside of the cameraman and the director literally go off the set so you can have the proper safety of emotions for the actress to come out and then do her scene.
Our call time was 7 p.m. At 4 p.m., I got a call from one of our talent that was supposed to be shooting a scene tonight, and there was some miscommunication, and he apparently thought his shooting was on a different day. So 4 p.m., 3 hours before our call time, we have no talent for one of our major scenes. So, I had to kick it into production manager mode, called our producer, let her know what was going on. Immediately got on the phone with the local agent and an agent down in Nashville, and within 30 minutes we had another guy who was available, someone who we had auditioned a couple months prior, and we had this guy in the car driving up to our shoot within 30 minutes. I'm still on the phone talking to his agent, working out the details as he's driving up.
Good.
You know, it's just crazy how big problems just come along and sideswipe you out of nowhere, and you just got to roll with it and deal with it and handle it as quick as you can, because it would have been a really bad thing if we had gotten to set and had no talent to read lines. We would have had to pull someone off the street, and that never works out well for anybody. So,
producing is such a fulfilling role for me because of all of that. It's constantly problem solving and thinking ahead and scheduling and budgeting and changing and just trying to juggle 1,000 balls at a time and make sure that I can do the best that I can do in my job, to make sure that everybody is equipped to do the best they can do in their job. And so it's so important for me to be able to take good care of our crew, not only to just help them to keep going, but to let them know how much we appreciate them.
All right, guys, this is a picture wrap for Jade.
My philosophy has always been that as the crew goes, so goes the production. And I think as people of faith, as Christians, I mean, you see that right in Scripture. As we follow Christ, as we submit to Him, we see our personal lives coming together. And that goes right back to the first 2 commandments that Christ gave us. Number 1, we love God with all our heart, soul, and strength. Then number 2, we love our neighbor as ourselves. So I try to incorporate that into how a film set should run.
Marker.
Action. Close your eyes. And cut. I think that's a cut.
Real brains behind this operation. You want to know the real brains?
This guy.
Not here. It's
this
not
guy.
here. It's not. There's nothing there. This is just empty.
I'm just the pretty face.
I mean, he takes a lot of credit. He's got that manager, thing going on. But nah, I'm pulling the strings. It's all smoke. It's all smoke screen.
Interns, what are you gonna do? All right, let's do this thing.